All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Headliner Power Hour. We'll kind of give it a minute, just let some more people trickle in, but we've got some really cool updates for everybody. So hopefully y'all kind of stick around. Feel free to ask questions at any point, but we'll give it about 30 more seconds and then go ahead and get started. Okay, so 30 seconds. Time expired.
Perfect.
But welcome back, everybody, to another installment of the Headliner Power Hour. We do this every Friday. It'll be myself and Kristy, just kind of hanging out, showing you what's new with Headliner to help you make the most out of your account. But this week, kind of what's new with Headliner. So we had a new episode of our podcast come out. So it's all about YouTube and how to help you make the most out of YouTube for a podcast. So be sure to check it out anywhere you listen to podcasts. I'll also drop a link in the chat here in a second. And then Headliner will also be attending PodFest, which I believe is January 17th through the 19th. If you're in Orlando or just, kind of bebopping around, want to go to Orlando, definitely stop by and see us. We'll be there. It'll be a good time. Get to meet us in person. But then more regarding actually Headliner and your Headliner account, some things that'll be walking through today is going to be, we just released a brand new social media caption generator. So this is going to help you automatically create social media captions directly in Headliner with the help of our handy dandy AI. And we released some new text and caption styling options for you. And we also are just going to be kind of re-talking about that chapter art for the full length automations. And yeah, that's what we got this week. So I am going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to turn it on over to Kristy, who's just going to show you how to do all the things that I just said how to do.
So that is my whole thing, is knowing exactly how all this works. So I'm going to, is my screen shared currently?
I am adding it to the stage now.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. I'm going to get into Headliner. And I'm going to go log in. I'm assuming that everyone can see my screen right now.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. So you are in our lovely website, Headliner. We have a bunch of new stuff for, it's kind of all in the automatic audiogram flow. So I'm going to kind of walk through that. So you go to automatic audiograms, find your podcast. This is my podcast. And so you would create anything that you'd like. Let's do like Instagram Reel, auto post to Instagram. Next, sign in with Instagram. Let's see if I can do it this way. Log in, and then it'll go back into. Let's see. Why did it not? Okay, cool. There we go. Authenticating. So, when it is done authenticating, it will let you go into the captions, or not the captions part, but more of like the design part. Let's see if I have to do that as well. Allow. Awesome. There we go. So we'll set up the video captions. This is kind of like what the clip is going to say. Things are like that. But then once this part is done, we're going to get into the new stuff here. So you let Headliner AI select the clips, future episodes, and then this is the templating, which we have the new stuff. So let's say we wanted to make our own, and I like kind of how I like a little bit cleaner. I'm going to change it to the colors of my stuff. Now, if I wanted a new little text box, and it will say automatically add the show title every time, episode. And so we'll do this. Kind of move that to the top. We're going to change the size of it here. Awesome. And then here is the new stuff. We can do this highlight. Let's do it in purple. That'll be fun. And we have these rounded corners section where you can see. I'm going to zoom in, like, so when you move this up, you can see right here that they're nice and curved. I think it's really cool. There's a lot of math that went into that. But it's basically makes it a little bit nicer. You can get some really, really clean curvedness with your episode titles and with your captioning. I think it's really, really sick. Then you're also in this section right here. If you look at the copy that we have here, it says we'll automatically replace this image with the selected clip's corresponding chapter art. If the chapter art is unavailable, we'll use the episode art. If you have chapter art available and the clip that you're posting has 2 pieces of chapter art in that clip, it will show the switch of the chapter art at the correct time. So let's say you've picked between the 45-second mark and the 1.5-minute mark, and there's 2 pieces of chapter images, and that is where your clip length is going to be. It'll show when that chapter art changes. It'll also change in this video as well. So you can have multiple pieces of art. It will be dynamic to the posting. It's all very, very exciting. I think it's a really, really clever way to have dynamicness with this automation that you're making. So the kind of the new thing that we have is social media post generation. So here is an example that I made for my podcast. Let's say you can find this by going to here. If you go into Headliner and you've already made the post and you have a clip that you like to generate stuff from, you can go into your projects and find one of these clips, and you can click share, and it'll take you into this. And let's say you wanted to post it with something specifically. You can go to Instagram, post to your feed, and then we've already created social copy for you. As you can see, like, I didn't write this. This is all pulled from our AI. I think it's really, really exciting because now I can just click post the video. It already has the caption and everything. Not caption, basically the description that's going to be placed into Instagram. And you're ready to go. I think this works really, really well for efficiency and giving back time to yourself. And basically, that's about it. I'm going to give it right on back to Elissa.
All right. So pretty quick, pretty easy. Yeah, we didn't have a ton of crazy stuff today. Maybe just if you've got any questions, definitely feel free to drop them in the chat here.
Yeah, I did go through them a little fast. So if anyone wants me to walk through anything again, I'd be absolutely happy to.
Yeah, and I mean, since we've got some time too, we could always just walk through Eddie really quickly. Just always good to show people the power of
Eddie.
I'd
be happy to do that. Here, let me do this. So you can get Eddie 2 ways. You can go to eddie.headliner.app, or if you're in the main page right here, you can just click transcribe audio video. We'll take you to Eddie. So I use Eddie with my podcast every week. I actually used it this morning where I uploaded my podcast and it brought me to here. And this is where I do all of my editing. So it literally pulls my name because I taught it my correct spelling. And hold on, I'm getting some little messages. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. So here is so you can change the speaker name.
Hey, Kristy, sorry. Can you share your screen really quick?
Is it not sharing?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I do not also have those notifications set. That's what that sound was. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So when you go into Headliner, there are two places that you can go. You can go to eddie.headliner.app, or you can click the transcribe audio button here, and that's what takes you to here. I have this podcast that I've uploaded, and so I can go here. This is after you've uploaded everything. This is where I can do all of my editing, which I have. It's basically right here. You can teach it what your name is. It'll remember every time. It picks up the speaker's names if you said the speaker's name. It's awesome. I use this with my podcast every week. I also specifically use the promo pack, which all of my show notes for every podcast that I release, it already knows everything how I like it. So I just copy it and I just post it into my Spotify. Is it Anchor anymore? I just use the Spotify for podcasters. So I just copy and paste it right into that. Make sure that everyone's name's spelled correct. All the bands that I use are spelled correctly. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff in Eddie, including something that I really, really like, which is the references. I mentioned these bands and just things inside of the podcast, and it found them for me and has a link to everything. I think that's really cool because then you can just copy this and use this underneath a social media post where these are your references. Here's all the websites that we mentioned, or here's all the things that we mentioned. I love the episode art. This is because I do like a DIY band podcast. It's kind of always gives me like these really, really cool pieces of art and involving with music, which I love. Here's the social captions that we've made for individual things. We get one for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. Here's quotes from it. Again, here's those references. Here's a newsletter that you can give out to everyone that we just make for you. You can just copy and paste that right into your email client. And here's a blog post that we made again, this is different than the show note. It is so much stuff that we give to y'all that we really think that y'all are going to love it. But that's basically, again, the full overview. You can do so much stuff in Eddie, including let's say you wanted to post a clip. We find 20 clips inside of every upload that you give. So you can just click that button and then we already find the clip for you. And so you can go through all 20 and find the ones that you like. Again, it's not rated 1 through 20 best. It's 1 through 20 in the starting at the top of it, going down. So going through them is definitely a good way to find the best clip. Let's say you love this one. You can just, go over the highlight, click create clip, and this will take you right back into Headliner where you can make the social media clip that you'd like. And I think that's basically it. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool.
Yeah, Eddie, it's super easy to use. And just a couple little extra fun facts about Eddie. So Eddie, it did start as a transcript-based editor. So it does produce not only all of those awesome marketing assets that Kristy walked you through, but the transcript is also super awesome and super, super accurate. So it does start out at a base of, we say 95% accuracy. There can be some variability depending on kind of what types of shows and like what types of speech you're using. So especially if you are like more of like a D&D podcast or something like that, and you have a little bit more of creative names or something that isn't necessarily a super common spelling, then you might see closer to that 95% accuracy. But if you're kind of doing like more of a business podcast interview and everybody's name is like John and Karen or just very commonly spelled things, you'll see a higher percent accuracy on the initial take, closer to like that 98%. But as you make edits within Eddie, like we typically say about by 2 to 3 projects with Eddie, then you should definitely be seeing closer to that 98, 99% accuracy, just for controlling for some of those more grammatical disfluencies and proper spellings. And Eddie will also remember all of that stuff. So as you use Eddie, it'll kind of develop this custom vocab bank for you as well. and also a custom speaker bank as well. So it'll start to kind of recognize who's speaking and when they're speaking. So that makes your whole like final polishing a lot easier, and also gives you a little bit more control over your podcast SEO whenever you're uploading that transcript, because now it has all of those proper spellings and all of those wonderful little metadata nuggets that we know and love here in podcasting, baked right into your transcript.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, and Eddie, it's available in over 100 languages now. So that was a really big update we rolled out. I believe the technical number is like 114 actual languages. But yeah, so Eddie not available in just English and like the major languages. So I think we started out with 10. So it was English, Spanish, French, German, Portuguese, maybe, I don't know, a couple of different languages, but we have 100 now. So that's exciting.
It's nice to be able to say that we've earned like the 100+ little sign, where it's like, hey, no, it's 100+. Like it's so much.
Yeah, it's awesome. So Eddie, super cool, super awesome. And we worked with a couple of accessibility experts in the field. So namely Joe McKinley. They helped us to really make sure that Eddie, like the editing is also visually nice for you. It's not so chunky. And then especially when you actually export your final transcript, especially if you're doing that PDF or Word document, it'll be really readable and really easy for your audience to kind of consume and be able to follow along with. And it has timestamps now. That was another thing. So at every 5-minute mark, Eddie will just add in timestamps. Again, just kind of improving that user experience and allowing people to more easily engage and follow along.
Yeah, sounds great.
But I kind of think that's all we got today. Pretty short and sweet.
Yeah, does anyone have any questions?
I think we have one live viewer. So one live viewer, if you've got a question, this is your time to ask. And I don't have it handy, but Kristy, maybe if you could drop in a link to the Discord as well.
Yes, absolutely. Give me just a moment.
Cool. You can also just Slack it to me and I can copy and paste too. That might, I don't know if that's quicker or not.
Let's see. So I can click join the chat, connect to comment. Cool. I guess I've never connected. And almost, I'm officially, I think, oh, it says they're having an issue. I cannot comment, apparently.
Oop. Okay. Well, maybe Slack it to me and I can just drop it in then.
Yeah, very goofy. There's that. I'll connect, see if I can connect another way.
We love technology at all times. All right. Well, I did just drop a comment into our chat.
Perfect. And I just got connected, so we are all good. Officially forever.
We're bebopping now. Yeah. Anyway, so Kristy, he started up a Discord channel for our lovely little headliner community. Super awesome. So him and I are kind of chilling in there a lot of times. So you can ask us questions. We'll be there for kind of more immediate support. And we have a community of other podcasters and headliner users that are already in the Discord. So you can kind of chat with them, see, hey, what are you doing to make your audiograms or your video templates kind of pop, so you can learn from each other as well as us. Yeah, so it's super fun. It's super cool. It's a good time as always here with Headliner.
Yeah.
But I do think that's all I have today. So I'm good to kind of dip out if you need. You can find us in the Discord, email us always at support@headliner.app. You'll probably get in touch with Kristy once again and get your questions answered. Yeah.
Well, listen, everyone have a wonderful rest of your day, and happy Friday, everyone.
Yeah, happy Friday. Bye, guys.
Take care.